Well, ladies and welcome to our conjunction videos of the week. And this week we're going to be covering our good old conjunction of Mars, Saturn, and Ketu. And what happens when Mars, Saturn, and the south node of the moon, Ketu, are conjunct together in the same house and the same sign, which is pretty much as a conjunction in the astrological world. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this conjunction, where they're placed, what sign it's in, what degrees it's at, what nakshatra it's in, all the other planetary placements, all the other astrological details. For that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, and Aspects of the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, Mars, Saturn, and Ketu conjunction. What's going on with this? Mars is what? Basic form, Mars is energy, strength, courage, brothers, engineering, technology, weapons, warrior, fighter, soldier. Saturn, what is Saturn? Saturn is duty, commitment, discipline, structure, organization, servants, administration. It's also the significator of practicality, seeing the reality of life, practicality of life. This is why people get all depressed when they see the reality of life with Saturn, because Saturn simply wants to show you where exactly you stand in this microcosm. Then comes Ketu, south node of the moon, which is all about letting go of material things, material plane. It's a planet of that oneness, that spiritual enlightenment. It's a planet of also explosions. It's a planet of research. It's a pleasant planet of isolation. Also, Saturn is a planet of isolation as well. So, what happens when these three planets are conjunct? Well, the number one thing you will see with this person is that at one point in their life, they will go towards a spiritual life. They are somehow meant to be in a spiritual realm, because what happens is these three planets create quite a chaos in the life of a person. And what happens is this person, through dealing with the struggles of life, reaches the highest of wisdom. You know, like people like, just take any athlete, take, any celebrity you might have seen. Some of them will come up with this Mars, Saturn, Ketu conjunction. They're the people who have, lived in the projects, moved from house to house, lived on a couch to come up as the greatest, basketball player, baseball player, football player, or a great politician. So what it shows is that through great struggle, person finds their ultimate wisdom. And most of the time, they actually pursue a more spiritual life. Somebody like who finds enlightenment in struggle and also finds enlightenment by experiencing struggle and moving forward in their life. Like especially, let's say if this conjunction occurs in the 9th house, a person will have great power struggles with the father, to the point they will get into fights with their father. Because remember, these are three malefic planets, three malevolent energies coming together. But especially because Ketu is here. See, Rahu was different. Rahu is the external energy. Ketu is the internal energy. The pain, the war that happens whenever Mars and Saturn are together, it creates this war zone. It's a battleground. So now Ketu has the battleground going within the person, within their own soul, their own self. And it's an imploding energy of Ketu, and Ketu is about letting go of material things, letting go of material wealth. So through the chaos, they take the help of Ketu and say, you know what, I want to escape this. I just don't want to deal with this. And this usually happens in certain signs, not all the signs. Because most of the time, this conjunction makes a great civil engineer, electrical engineer. This creates a person who is dealing with logic and analytics. Like especially, people who do coding for analytics, for Google, Yahoo, they'll have this conjunction. Because this conjunction makes a person a very precise engineer. Somebody who does not have certain emotions attached when they're working. So when they work, they look at things for what it is. They don't add their own BS into it. This is what they become very good in research, very good in, making thing what it's supposed to be. You see this people, if this conjunction occurs in the 5th or 9th house, these people will go towards like studying about nuclear physics. They will go about, studying about astronomy and astrophysics. Because there's this needingness to understand the void within themselves, which is the void of God. Through Ketu, the void comes into play. So all the astrophysicists, all the astronomers, when they become an astronomer, there's a reason, because they want to fulfill that void within them, which never believed in God, which never believed in the higher power. And so they go towards science to look outwards. But it's literally the battle within is what makes them astrophysicists. Most of the time, if let's say this occurs in the 11th house, I would probably say it's better that you don't have like too many friends. The less friends you have, the better you will be. But especially when it comes to spiritual discipline, these guys excel. Like especially a person who wants to learn meditation, learn about yoga, learn about even Kundalini. They are the one who just grasp that knowledge. Because whenever a person is in chaos, distress, they are the first one to do whatever it takes to find peace. So when they have this, they are able to grasp that knowledge of meditation, grasp that knowledge of Kundalini, enlightenment, and become disciplined about following that. And you'll see these people, especially if it's the sign occurs in a pure sign, like Sattvic sign. These people will be vegetarians, vegans. They could even be celibate with this conjunction. Because they want to use their discipline to energize the Kundalini energy. But on the basic mundane level, this is a person who is a brilliant technical engineer, brilliant researcher, and somebody who does not judge things through bias. They judge things through what they actually analyze and see. However, this is the conjunction you can find in a horoscope of a mass murderer, terrorists. Because this energy is like yin yang, black and white. There's no gray. If they believe in this one thing, they will believe in it all the way. So if they were raised by a certain group of people, say the West is evil and you must kill everybody in this West, go there and this is your mission, they will do that. You have on the other side, find God through meditation, learn about the highest of wisdom, meditate, learn astrology. They will do that and they will help the world become enlightened. So there's no gray area. Well, yeah, I'm just whatever, I'm an average person, I'm this and I'm that. No, there is this yin yang energy. Either it's the black energy or it's the white energy. Also, these are the people who when they fight to kill. Because of the fact Ketu is a planet with no intelligence. I wouldn't say no intelligence. It doesn't senses things when it takes an action. Mars is action. And Saturn represents the working of that action. Saturn represents commitment of following through that action. So when they fight and they hit, and if you hit them first, all they know is that they need to just keep going like a machine. They will keep going. They will hit you, and they will lose their sense, and they'll just keep hitting you. So this is like a conjunction. Either it's a very powerful conjunction either way. But how you use it is where the essence of this conjunction lies. One can become a mass murderer with this conjunction. One can become world heavyweight champion of boxing with this conjunction. So you will always have these polar opposites, because it all depends on the sign. Which planet is gaining the sign? Which planet is becoming weak in the sign? Are they all weak in a certain sign? Are they all in a neutral position? So it's a fine line to understand certain conjunction. This is one of them. Like in the ascendant, these people can become like sports trainers. They can become meditation teachers, yoga teachers. They love to feel pain on them. They love to get hit. Like when you have this conjunction upon you, you're the person who enjoys being hit, enjoys being in physical fights. So a very powerful conjunction for somebody who may want to become a police officer, an athlete, a boxer, a martial artist, a scientist, a nuclear physicist. And quite a dangerous conjunction of somebody who is being grown up in a very, ignorant environment. Because then they'll take that as their wisdom and they will go towards fulfilling that wisdom without knowing that that wisdom is on the darker side. But I have seen, especially in my career consultations, most of the time people were engineers, and especially electrical engineers, doing research in like science, biomechanics, robotics. But the thing is, they don't have with this conjunction, there's no need to show off that, yeah, look at me, I'm a robotics engineer. They simply do the work. It's like they're just designed to do this one thing, looking at this thing, analyzing this thing, building this thing without any bias, without any ego, without any wanting to have fame. Where Rahu, it becomes different. Here, these people are genuinely wanting to create something that can function in society. So sharp people when it comes to their technical skills. Okay. So guys, this is my analysis of Mars, Saturn, Ketu conjunction. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your Mars, Saturn, Ketu are placed, all the other planetary placements, my books, reports, consultation, for that check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow.